And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, the 11th of July, 2019. 1960, on this date, To Kill a Mockingbird was published. Harper Lee. She'd started writing anecdotes about life in Alabama. When she moved to New York City, 1949, things were not coming together. She got frustrated. She threw her manuscript out the window of her apartment, and then she thought better of it and went and retrieved the pages. She dismantled what she had written. She turned it into the book that would go on to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction in 1961. It's the birthday of the artist who painted his own mother, James Abbott McNeill Whistler, born Lowell, Massachusetts, 1834. He was ready to paint one day, but the model did not show up, and so he decided to paint his mother instead, the painting called Arrangement in Gray and Black, Number 1, a portrait of Anna Matilda McNeill Whistler in a black dress, in profile, against a gray wall. Whistler's mother. It's the birthday of Elwyn Brooks White, E.B. White, born Mount Vernon, New York, 1899, who wrote for the New Yorker magazine for nearly 60 years. An essayist who wrote a piece called Death of a Pig about his unsuccessful attempt to save a dying pig, in which he wrote, "I discovered that once having given a pig an enema, there is no turning back." And 4 years after that, he published his best-known book, Charlotte's Web, about Wilbur the pig and his friend Charlotte the spider, who helped save him from slaughter. E.B. White, also the co-author of The Elements of Style, in which he advises the writer, do not affect a breezy style, use orthodox spelling, do not explain too much, avoid fancy words, do not take shortcuts at the cost of clarity, prefer the standard to the offbeat, make sure the reader knows who is speaking, do not use dialect, revise and rewrite. It's the birthday of Jhumpa Lahiri, born in London, 1967. The family moved to Rhode Island when she was 2 years old. She grew up feeling conflicted between the world of her parents, who were still listening to Bengali songs, and that of her American friends, who were watching television and going to the movies. And in this state of conflict, she found solace in reading. She said, books and the stories they contained were the only things I felt I was able to possess as a child. Graduated from Barnard, moved to Boston, worked in a bookstore, rented a room in a house, and wrote stories at night. It took her 8 years until her first collection came out, The Interpreter of Maladies, which became a bestseller and won the Pulitzer Prize in 2000. Here's a poem for today by Edward Lear, The Owl and the Pussycat. The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a 5-pound note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar, "Oh, lovely pussy, oh, pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are, you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are." Pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bong tree grows, and there in a wood a piggy-wig stood with a ring at the end of his nose, his nose, his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" said the piggy, "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. And hand in hand, on the edge of the sand, They danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon. Edward Lear's poem, The Owl and the Pussycat. And that's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, July 11th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.